for me at the time when I gave up, I didn't really have a need to do lashes. That's where you filter out who becomes a lash artist professionally or consistently and then who doesn't. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel, if you didn't know. So today's video is gonna be about lashing, obviously, but it's gonna be a little bit more on the, I guess, the emotional side of it versus like the skill, technique, all that good stuff on how to gain clients, all that. I really want to talk about what it's like to be a lash artist, what it's like to be in the beginning phase of a lash artist, what you can expect to go through when you get trained, and how you feel, because I do get a lot of comments talking about people who have just gotten certified and they feel very discouraged, very defeated, and I just want to let you guys know that it's totally normal. So basically today's video is going to be all about how to gain confidence as a lash artist, how to get yourself feeling motivated, how to keep yourself feeling motivated, and how to basically get over that hump of the beginning phase where you just feel like you want to quit. Okay, so let's just get into it. So when I started doing lashes, I didn't know that this is what I wanted to do. I was a makeup artist at the time. I used to work at Sephora, and I was just trying to be more in the direction of makeup, and I was trying to gain clientele with makeup, all that good stuff. And obviously it is a very saturated market, and you can't necessarily make a great living off of it in the beginning phase, especially where I was at my journey in my makeup career. But I was like, you know what, I need something else to kind of get me to make some money. I need to make some money. I need to, like, you know, get something going on the side while I was trying to take off with my makeup stuff and all that good stuff. So I decided to get certified as a lash artist. Didn't know what it meant, didn't know what it entailed, didn't know what I was in for, but I did it anyways. I paid $1,400 to get certified, and I did a lot of research that was not good at the time, because apparently I thought that going to like a school at the time would have been a better option than going to like a private person, but it actually ended up being that the private trainer probably would have been the better option for me. But whatever. Long story short, it sucked. I didn't learn much at all, and I really tried my best to be motivated, get myself into it, really try my best to practice and like get better. And I knew that it was something that I wanted to do, just because I already like made it up in my mind that I was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get it right, it's gonna work for me. But it definitely takes patience and skill, and something that you have to kind of grow at and build, especially if you don't just naturally have it. Some people just naturally have it, and good for you, but I was not one of them. So I definitely needed to practice and just keep going. And that first year was the hardest year I've ever had. I ended up leaving Sephora, and I was working full-time somewhere else at an office job, and I would come home and do lashes, or at least try, and I would try to take clients on the weekends and stuff like that. But obviously working a 9-to-5, it was a lot trickier for me, because I was so young and I was just trying to get my foot into the door on like a corporate side, because that's what I thought I wanted to do, and it was just a lot. So I would just take like 1 or 2 clients. And that first year, honestly, even when I did take clients or when I was trying to do it, I was so discouraged, just because I would see other people and their clients and their sets, and I was like, why don't mine look like that? And I couldn't figure out what it was. I'm like, I'm doing everything that they told me to do, I'm doing what they said I had to do to make the sets look good, and it's just not working out. They're not full, they're not fluffy, they don't look good. First of all, let me tell you, I didn't even know there was a difference between classics, hybrids, and volumes, and I was looking at full volume sets, and I'm like, why don't my sets look like that? But it's because I wasn't using the right lashes, I wasn't using the right technique for that. I was just classic lashing, and I expected them to look like volumes. What? That's ridiculous. Moving on, I was super discouraged, and I just gave up, and I couldn't do it again. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I suck at this. I am not good. I am feeling guilty at this point for even charging people. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to market myself. I didn't know how to, well, first of all, I couldn't even market. What am I marketing? I'm marketing really shit work. Like, I'm marketing really crappy sets. So I had to kind of push past that. I honestly ended up taking an entire year off, which was the best thing I ever did. And then I was kind of back against the wall. I wasn't working where I was working for my corporate side of things, and I kind of just had nothing else at that point. And I was like, you know what? Instead of just sitting here waiting for another job opportunity, why don't I kind of do something while I'm waiting? And I ended up just trying again. And this time, honestly, it was so weird how my entire mentality switched, and I was just like, at this point I still didn't know anything. I didn't know more than I knew when I stopped. I was at the same, I never learned anything different. I never tried to learn anything different. I was just I gave up at that point. So when I went back, I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna make these sets look great. I'm gonna figure out how to make them look full. I'm gonna figure out how to make them look like people want them. So I ended up doing a bunch of sets on my friends. I was like, you know what, don't pay me. I don't want the money. Let me just try and get better. And I literally took maybe like a month, and I literally was so into it. Like, I was like, I'm gonna get this right, it's gonna look good. And then I started learning, I started doing research, I started reading on blogs, I started watching a bunch of YouTube videos. At that time too, there was definitely more YouTube videos, because when I started there wasn't much going on, so it was even hard to learn at that point. But at this time I was definitely able to do a lot more research and find more info and kind of teach myself along the way, because I definitely didn't learn much from my certification, so I was left to just teach myself at this point. And that being said, I definitely expanded, and I got better, and I was like, you know what, this is actually it. Like, I just needed to like double down, get myself into it, totally stop thinking about other people and what they're doing and how their sets look. I need to focus on me and where I was in my career, like my lashing skill level, and just double down in that, and then figure out how I could get better. So I would practice all the time, all the time. I would practice on friends, family, my mom. I was just practicing nonstop. And then I was like, you know what, I should start charging people now, because I am actually a lot better. I wasn't great, but I was a lot better. And I was like, you know what, I think I want to learn about volumes, I want to learn about hybrids. And then I didn't get certified for volumes or hybrids. I literally just taught myself how to do volumes or hybrids. I watched so many videos, I practiced so many times. I figured out how to learn about new tools, I learned about new techniques, I learned about new lashes. I tried. It was a complete training to myself of basically just trial and error. Like, I just had to do full trial and error on everything. Wasted a lot of money and a lot of tools and a lot of lashes, but I had to figure it out some way or another. And that's exactly why I do these videos. I want to show you guys things that I didn't have the opportunity to learn, and I wasn't able to learn in my section when in my time frame when I was looking for these specific videos and specific little things. I couldn't find them. It was a more of a general video, more generalizations of techniques and skills, but that's why I do these videos, so that when you're in that position and you're really looking to double down and learn the skill like A1, then these videos are hopefully there to really help you. What I mean is, like, when you're looking at like a volume set and you're like, okay, like, what is that volume set? Like, how did you do that? What did you do to get it to that level? Like, what did you do? How many lashes did you put on that girl? How many lashes are in that fan? Like, I really want to get into those details for you guys here. That's exactly why I do this. I have this YouTube channel, and that's exactly why we even have Flourish Lashes, just so we can teach you guys things. We can give you products that will benefit you. You can learn with our products. You can learn with our content. Like, we just really try to provide the most value that we can to help you grow as a lash artist. So yeah, so in terms of motivation and all that good stuff, it honestly comes from within, and it comes from your drive and like your why. I think at the end of the day, it was, for me at the time when I gave up, I didn't really have a need to do lashes. Like, it wasn't like, oh, if I don't do lashes I'm gonna lose anything. Like, it wasn't much of that for me. But at the time when I went back, I knew that I had nothing else going on for me, and I was like, you know what, like, instead of putting myself in another situation, I'm already in this situation, let me figure out how to make this work for me. And that's what I did. Like, like my fiance always says, like, at that time too, I remember he'd always be like, your back is against the wall, like, figure it out. And like, that's literally just what I had to do. I had to figure it out because I had no other options at the time. And sometimes if you have to be in a bad situation to make something good work for you. So I am appreciative of where I was in that moment, because I wouldn't have been here where I am now if it wasn't for that time. So I think when it comes to motivation and trying to figure out how to keep yourself motivated and keep yourself going over that hump, it comes down to the fact of knowing. Like, you have to know in your heart that this is temporary. Everything is temporary. All the bad is temporary. All the struggle is temporary. It all ends at some point. So you have to know that you'll get there, and what is it that's driving you or motivating you to get over that hump, or where are you trying to go when you get over it? Like, what is your reason for even doing it? Are you doing it for not that much of a point? Like, if it's just for fun, sometimes it's a bit harder to get over that hump. But if it's really for a purpose and you want to see yourself going somewhere, you want to accomplish something, you're doing it for a reason, I think you almost give that self-motivation. Like, you find it, like I said, you find it inside of you to really get over that. Because I am the first to say that I understand how difficult it is in the beginning to do lashes. This is why I know so many people who have been certified and they give up, because it's not easy. It takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of practice, a lot of time, and people don't realize that until they're in the position themselves. So I think that that's where you filter out who becomes a lash artist professionally or consistently, and then who doesn't, because it's that moment where it's the defining moment, whether you jump or get over that hill or you just say goodbye. Okay guys, that is it for this video. I hope this was helpful. I really wanted to do a video like this just because I feel like it was needed, and I just, based on my comments and things like that I've been getting, I know that it's hard in the beginning, and I know that it may look very easy and very simple, especially when you look at people that have been doing it for a really long time. You're like, I'll never get there because they've been doing it for so long and they're like a pro. But we all started where you are. We all started at that hard phase. We all struggled. So do not give up at all, because that's not going to help you get anywhere. You definitely have to just get over that hump, and you'll definitely see a huge difference from where you started to where you are when you just keep trying. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. Like I said, I hope this helped. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with something new next time. Bye!